Hello, and welcome to the Birchview Bobcat News. I'm Elsa.
And I'm King. It's been another busy week at Birchview.
In first grade, students have been building community.
Mrs. Wenberg's students are learning how to fill each other's buckets.
Let's take a look.
First graders read the book, How Full is Your Bucket?
A bucket is like something where you have it above, it's invisible and it's above your head. And when there's no water in it, you're either really sad or really angry. And when it's full, you're really happy.
It means to be nice. It means to be kind to someone.
A bucket filler is someone who makes people happy.
Smile at somebody.
If somebody's sad, you fill a bucket by saying, "Do you want to play with me?"
By being my friend. If you encourage them. I am a bucket filler. When someone breaks into it, I will try to fix it. I fill up someone's bucket by forgiving someone.
I am a bucket filler when I help someone up when hurt or lying on the ground.
I am a bucket filler when I smile.
I'm a bucket filler when I say I hurt. I'm a bucket filler when I help kids move it.
When somebody like that, you want to I'm a bucket filler when I encourage my team to my soccer team to go out on the field and just try their hardest, and if they don't win, it isn't a bad deal because whatever, you can win the next game.
I'll fill people's buckets by being nice and playing with them how you're supposed to. I'll help people when they I am a bucket filler when I say you can do it.
I am a bucket filler. Bucket filler when I see somebody in the playground who's sitting on the floor and they're crying, they're hurt, and I can get into, and if they do not know where the nurse is, I can show them where the nurse is.
I fill someone's bucket by saying once a person says, "You need to be this thing," once you grow up, I would say to fill someone's bucket, don't listen to him or her. Follow your dreams.
Mrs. Wenberg's class for sharing your learning.
In other news, 2nd grade recently completed a trip to Gibbs Farm.
They learned about the Dakota people and life 200 years ago.
We'll learn about their trip in our next segment.
Let's take a look.
Birchview's 2nd grade classes went on a field trip to Gibbs Farm. There we learned about the Dakota Nation and what life in Minnesota was like 200 years ago. We learned how the Dakota people gathered, and prepared wild rice. We learned how they gathered maple sap to use in their cooking. We learned how they hunted different animals and what they did with everything from the skin to the meat to the bladder and even the brain of each animal. We also visited a summer birch lodge and sat inside a real Dakota teepee. Some students even got to help put up a teepee's frame. We heard a story about Buffalo Nation to help us understand how important the American buffalo was to the Dakota's survival. The students in Miss Wilkens' class learned so much at Gibbs Farm, we decided to write our own personal narratives about the experience. First, we chose our 4 favorite stations from the field trip and sequenced our story with a 4-square map. Then, we created an anchor chart to help us write our story's introductions. We learned how to use adjectives to help our readers visualize the different things we saw and how strong action words help readers to feel like they were there too. We have been writing, sharing, rereading, and revising our stories to make them just right. We can't wait to share them with our families.
Thanks to Wilkens class for sharing and learning.
Now it's time for this week's
Trojan Pride Update.
Hello, Birchview. This is Mr. Bennett with the Trojan Pride Update. Happy Friday to each and every one of you. I hope you're having a fantastic week. And let's get down to business. Let's break down the word Trojan Pride a little bit, shall we? Trojan, that's the mascot of Wayzata High School. And Trojans represent all of our districts, so that one's a pretty easy one. That makes sense. I've even seen Trojan Pride in other elementary schools and all over the high school, so that's cool. And pride. Pride means being proud. Are you behaving in a manner that would make you proud? How about if your mom or dad or grandma or auntie or uncle can come into school and secretly spy on you, and they see how you're behaving at school with friends and teachers in recess time in the hallway? Would they be proud of you? If the answer is, oh yeah, absolutely, then way to go. You're showing Trojan pride. Behave the way that you can be proud of. And the final thing today I want to talk about is there's 2 more movies that need to be made for our Trojan Pride series. It's going to be Trojan Pride in the gym for Phi-Ed or Trojan Pride in art. I'm going to have some very secret meetings with Mrs. Klotz and Mrs. Manser, and we're going to figure out the best things that we can do and ideas we can collaborate on to come up with excellent movies that are fun and teach you expectations of Trojan Pride in those 2 fantastic specialist classes. Which one will it be? Which one should we do first? I don't know yet. Going to have to talk to the Trojan Pride team, talk to you students out there, and try to figure out which one makes more sense. So, be on the lookout. It's coming soon, and I'll be looking for actors and actresses if any of you are interested in joining me in that movie. That's all I have for today. This has been the Trojan Pride Update with Mr. Benish. Now back to you, newscaster Peoples.
I can't wait for Thanksgiving. My favorite food is mashed potato and gravy.
I like biscuits better.
How about pumpkin pie?
No, I'm not a huge fan. That's all for this week's Birchview Bobcat News.
Thanks for watching, and remember,
Make it a great day!